If you don't know, now you know. It's your boy TrvpGoku, Majin, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove.
Who say I ain't poppin', Super Saiyan, going Majin, proper ceiling, whip a brick and let's get active. Treating not like.
All right, so we got TrvpGoku off the porch with us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming by today, man. How you feeling today, bro?
Much love. Pretty good, bro. Pretty good. First time out of Atlanta, so.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like really being able to come out, pop out. You know what I mean? Especially with now all the mask mandates and everything going, seeing what's up, and we've been filming a bunch of content.
Okay. Yeah. I know all of California is pretty much shut down, man.
Yeah, it's weird. You know, it's like every city got their own underground type stuff. So if you know how to move, then you could kind of be all right.
Okay. Yeah. So how you liking the vibes out here so far, though?
It's cool. It's different. You know what I mean? Like, my biggest complaint is everything is so stretched out, man. So it's like, when we at the crib, if I'm gonna smoke blunts or some juice or something for the drink, I gotta go all the way across town. Like, I'm just used to popping out across the street, going in, coming right back. So it's like everything a mission out here.
Nah, I feel that, man. Why don't you go ahead and introduce who else is on the porch with you today, bro?
For sure. So this is my manager, actually. This is my manager, Smooth. And then this the homie JD, another artist that he manages well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. All right, so you're from Compton, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, talk to us about life in Compton.
Pretty much, I would say like all of LA, basically. I didn't like really stayed everywhere, but it's like, I would say like, it's kind of the same as everybody else's, you know what I mean, like hoods and things. You got good, bad, ups, downs, but it's like, it's a real tight knit kind of, so it's like, you running everybody. It's a small world, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's easy to kind of bump heads with people, do things, but it's a lot of new camaraderie coming through the city, which is kind of cool for LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. How would you describe your childhood growing up there?
I mean, it was cool. Like, you know, I'll be watching all of your interviews and shit, and some days be having crazy stories. You know what I mean? It's like they was born in jail and poverty. It's like I don't really got like that type of shit. Like I got both my parents type shit, but it's like I jumped off the porch kind of like later type shit. You know what I mean? But it's like all my cousins and family and shit. Everybody kind of been in and out, just different stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like just learning how to maneuver, seeing all my older cousins and people and whatever, just trying to maneuver through.
Yeah. I feel that, man. And you were playing football in Snoop's youth league, right?
Yeah, we played. Yeah, that's funny. So before it was like, before Snoop like came in and really like put on and like really, it was a big deal, bro. Just like, it was a real big deal. Like just to be able to have that type of like alternate option and just extra teams and things like that and just what they was doing for the youth. But it was fun, man. Like it was a lot of fun for Compton Titans and Compton Vikings. But like, it was cool. Some of the games get rowdy though because of the teams and like in the area. So it's like, it wasn't like he was coming into like the nicest areas and picking teams out, you know what I mean? So it's like, you go into the hoods to really pick some of these teams. And that's like really some of the communities that really need the help, you know what I mean? But it's like, you got two hoods battling it out at the end of the day, like on the field. So it was cool though. It was a different vibe, like some real like LA type vibe, but it was dope.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Did you play ball in high school as well?
So I played lacrosse actually. So that's what I played lacrosse and I wrestled. Yeah, cause like I'm little, man. You know what I mean? So it's like I knew I wasn't gonna have no hoop dreams or really no football, no nothing. I don't run no 4.40 or no crazy shit like that. So I'm like, nah. But like I wrestled and I did good at wrestling actually. Crazy. I lost every match during the season until I lost my weight, the correct weight. And once I hit the correct weight, I was undefeated, beat everybody.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but it was just like I was getting my ass whooped until that happened. So it's like, but it was just cool. It was a like different experience. Never wrestled before. Went all the way to state and shit. So I'm like, all right, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So it was pretty solid.
Oh, that's what's
up. Yeah, my little brother played football and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you told me you were in a shootout and you crashed your car. Is that right?
No. So I think it's two different. Oh damn. Yeah, like high school. That's some crazy shit. Shout out my nigga Popeye if you watching this, what's up, bro? But yeah, it was just crazy dumb shit. But the whole story, the craziest part about it was I fucked up the whip and I had just got the whip. And when I came home, I was like, my mom was like, what happened to your whip? And I was like, I just went to lunch and somebody backed into my car. And she was like, ain't nobody back into your damn car, boy. Like she knew what was up. But like, it was cool, man. That's funny. That's some wild old shit. That's funny, yeah.
So what would you say is one of the biggest life lessons you had to learn in your life?
Surround yourself with the right team. Like, surround yourself with people that want to see you win. You know what I mean? That really believe in you type shit. And it's like, that type of shit is like real rare, but when you find it, like at least for me, that's really important. Because a lot of people be hating, fake, whatever. And it's like, I didn't have situations, like my old best friend snitched me like way back in the day type shit. Oh, so it's like got me all caught up. It's like, that just show you like, where people really lie, like people's true colors, you know what I mean? But it's like, I always tell like, I want all my niggas to be on with me. So it's like when I talk about doing shit, it don't sound like I'm bragging, and then I'm not like putting out no weird vibe, but it's like, I want everybody to win. And then also too, I'm gonna keep paying for all these niggas. So it's like, if I get, the more I get on and they get on, like it's less out of my pocket, and everybody got their own shit, cause it's like, I'm the financier for shit most of the time. It's like, that shit be boof. Like sometimes it's like, I just stay in the crib, cause like, I wanna go out, but then the niggas can't go out. I'm like, man, fuck it.
I feel that one, bro. So did you start out rapping, or were you making beats at first?
I started out actually drumming. So
Okay.
like, yeah, I used to teach at like the California Music Academy and shit. And like, I used to like drum. Like I was all like full like drummer boy, like Travis Barker type shit. That was all I wanted to do.
Yeah?
And yeah. And then like I played in the band. We did pretty good, a couple tours and shit, but it was like a 7-piece. And then it's like, one, I didn't like split my money 7 ways. So that shit went dry quick. And then 2, it's too many personalities. It's too many niggas you working with and attitudes and egos and shit. And then it's like, it's just too many cooks, you know what I mean? So it's like, then I started making beats and I was engineering, then like went, took classes, did all that stuff so I could start work at studios. And then I started realizing that everybody come through this fucking studio sucked. And I was like, man, like if I'm listening to all this shitty ass music all day long, I can do this shit too. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and give it a shot. And then we've been rocking with it ever since.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you have any producer influences that you kind of looked up to at first?
Southside and Lex Luger, heavy. So them was like my two. Lex Luger had this like YouTube like live cook up where it's like him and a bunch of dudes, and I don't know if you see, it's like an hour long, whatever. And he just make a full like fire ass beat, start to finish. They smoking, doing it. I'm like, dang, like that's hard. And then Southside, so I like that sound, and especially like everything he was doing with like Gucci Mane and everything early on, Jeezy, even Juicy J shit. Like all that shit was hot like back then. That was like that era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So would you say your production style is kind of on that same wave, like really trapped out, or?
Kinda, but I would also say, shout out to Rob Banks, actually. I mimic a lot of my sound style, kinda as far as production wise. Like, I like how a lot of his beats aren't loop beats. I like that a lot of his sound is like an instrumental, and it's like, it's a vibe, it's a whole. It take you someplace, it make you feel something. A lot of times, to me, music get too boring when it's like, it's a loop song, and then you know what's coming on. Sometimes, like, I like to hear what like an artist really gonna try to do. So sometimes I like pull from my drumming days. So it's like I try to, cause you know bands, everything is structured kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's way more structure in how you really do your music and tempos and stuff than rap. And then it's like, even me, like I don't know most of the BPMs for my shit. And I be going to studios, people else with it, I don't fucking remember. So it's like, but in the band, like you gotta know that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So engineering, man, what are some do's and don'ts for engineers recording with an artist?
I would say for starting off, you gotta really use your voice and not be afraid to let artists punk you. And like, don't be afraid to like really like cut them off and be a real engineer. Like that's the difference I feel like between like an engineer and somebody that just track people. Cause some people just take your money, go in and track you and don't say nothing. But when I'm working with people, I'm like, nah, you messed up, go back over. Like if we doing this and I'm gonna put my name on it, then like we need to do this the right way. Cause I don't want you just running out with a bunch of shitty product with my name on it, cause then I'm not gonna be able to get business, cause people gonna think I suck cause your shit suck. So it's like, at least we can try to make it like the best we can. So that way, you know, we can kind of get return and things of that nature. But that's what I would say to like anybody, bro. Just like use your voice. Like I've like had people come to the studio try to record on mystical danger beats before, like dead ass, and I'm like, bro, like this is not the move, bro. Like let's sit down, let's rethink this. But like we really trying to do something. This is not the way to go do this shit. You know what I mean? Like let's do your own. Then I was like, that beat, my nigga? It's like, that shit so old. Like, no disrespect, mystical, my nigga shit over. Like, now that's what niggas are trying to do?
Are most artists open to that type of suggestions?
Yeah, I get a lot of respect for that, actually. Like, a lot of artists, like, will tell me, they'll be like, bro, like, I appreciate, like, the way you, like, engineer and, like, tell me, like, people don't tell me. Like, a lot of people, they got the firest flow when there's no tempo and no metronome in their ear. And as soon as that metronome kick on, it go to shit. And they just, I'm like, bro, what just happened to the fire you was? And then it's like, it's just, they get mental, start stumbling. So it's like, and I'm working through it. And also you wasting my time. And then they don't realize, like, you know, you go home and then I'm be at late night trying to smoke whatever in my head. And I just hear those shitty lyrics over and over and over again. So that's why it's like, nah, man, and we gonna fix this.
So when you started rapping, were people surprised, or were they kind of encouraging you to do it as well?
They wasn't like really surprised, because I was like low-key known for like freestyling a lot and shit. Like I was always like freestyling and like doing stuff. So like but I never really took like music serious. Like I really thought that like, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, but I didn't think it was music. I thought if it was music, it was gonna be drumming more than anything, especially because like at that time I was gaining more traction drumming and like doing all that type of stuff. So that was like, I would have thought was focused. And I was like trying to be a studio drummer at that time and just like work at some dope like studio, some Def Jam or something, you know, when niggas need sessions to come through. But then it just kind of veered to where we at now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much would you say having that producing and engineer background helped you becoming an artist yourself?
Honestly, it helped me a lot because I'm able to translate what I want out of music and like what I want out of my sound instead of just using just like what I think is called. You know, be like, oh, put echo. You know what I mean? But like, I really mean reverb or something. Or be like, make it say again, 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 but I mean delay. You know, so it's like stuff like, and so like being able to translate and then talk to different engineers. Cause like, you know, sometimes I work with like other like hood engineers and shit and they know what I'm talking about. But then like I'll get some guy who went straight from school, like MIT, Berkeley or whatever, like a Russian guy. And I'm in there like, yeah, run it back. He's like, what that mean? And I'm like, oh, my bad. Can you play me from the start again? You know, so it's just like shit like that.
So you prefer to let someone else engineer you then?
Yeah, so for me, it's the creative mindset. When I go make my music, I like to like get in the vibe, you know what I mean? Get myself ready and go make my shit. When I engineer, I like to be sober so I can really hear. And even when I like make my music, I'll go back and have a sober like listening session. Cause sometimes you be geeked up and you be thinking you the shit. Then I come back and I'll be like, oh, this is not it. We was really geeked cause this is not it. So then like I like to come back and I take the same approach like engineering. So I really hate going back and forth for my sessions. But my issue with paying engineers is like, they gotta be better than me. Otherwise, like, why am I paying you? Because like, otherwise I could do this shit myself. So I'm real picky with like who I work with engineer-wise and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got like a solid engineer back home.
Do you prefer to rap over your own beats or someone else's?
Nah, I like to like either sell my beats or let other people like just use them, the homies, cousins, whatever. I really don't like rapping over my beats because I like making music organic. And when I start making beats, you start rapping over your beats and then like you get a predisposed time and then it's like, it's organic, but it's not like organic, at least for me, because the mood I'm in when I make that beat, by the time I go to the studio to record it, I might be in a completely different mood. And now I'm trying to force myself to make this predisposed song I've written versus just creating something based off how I feel at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you still engineer for other artists or are you fully focused on being an artist yourself?
Every now and then, you know, like if people need an engineer and they want some shit and want me to come through, like I'll do some stuff. My cousin run like a studio and then every now and then he'll like be, I need you to come engineer and got a session or whatever. So it's like now and then, but it's like, that's really not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it gotta be really worth my while.
Why do you think engineers are so undervalued?
They like the linemen, bro. You know, it's like nobody ever gives a left tackle appreciation, but that left tackle is keeping your quarterback to throw all these, you know what I mean? It's like, but nobody care about it. It's like, I say the same thing being a drummer in a band. It's like, we get no hoes. Everybody wants the singer, the guitarist. Don't nobody be like, look at that drummer back there. And then I'm back there loading up. Yeah, exactly, right? Then I'm loading up my shit. But it's like, they really underappreciate it because a real good engineer can like really help more for you. And like, and that's what I was really learning, like, because it's deeper than just teaching you when you go to school and stuff about like what buttons do what. You start learning about frequencies and sciences and like how the mind reacts and like things like that. Like they get deeper. So it's like once you start learning that type of stuff, it's like your mind blown. But then it's just like, it's just weird. You know what I mean? It's never ending.
Yeah. Would you recommend for engineers and producers to go to school then?
Honestly, nah, I'm really not. You can learn, YouTube University is out there.
There you
and
go.
Yeah, you could go on and learn everything. But it's like, sometimes at least for me, like everybody's a different style learner. And I like to be hands-on. And I also like to really be on campus to network and stuff. And like really kind of like shout out, promote music, whatever it is you need. It's like, and that's an easy way because you're in the hub of all the kids right there. So it's easy to kind of break your stuff and see what is going to taste test and whatever versus just kind of just shooting to the wind.
What's the music scene like in LA right now?
It's cool. It's cool. It's like it's coming together. There's always gonna be like the politics and like the beats and things like that. But besides that, like it's cool. We got like a lot of good artists coming out. A lot of dudes making noise coming out. It's just like I don't know. It's just timing, I guess. You know what I mean? Like everybody working. It's just every coast get it. But the scene is solid. Like I don't really have no issues with the scene or anything. Everybody that I've ran into is like always cool. I be popping in and out of studio sessions with other people and stuff. And it's like, it's all love. You know what I mean? Like I want to see everybody win, like I said, just as much as I want my people to win so we can all go do cool shit. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, it seems like there's a wide variety of sounds coming out of LA right now too.
Yeah, it's a lot of sounds. It's not necessarily the distinctive LA sound necessarily, but it's like R.I.P. Nip, man. Like it's still different though. You know what I mean? So it's like miss that sound, but it's like we building it back up. You know what I mean? We building it back up. So we solid.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, can you tell us about Shaq Attack?
DJ Flip made that one and shot the video. It was a cool, catchy little song I thought was cool. Like, I got brick Shaq at the free throw. I thought that shit was clever as hell because everybody knows Shaq can't shoot free throws. So I thought that was a cool pun on words. And it was like, when I heard the beat, it was like a real cool little LA vibe. So I was like, okay, this sounds like some shit I could mess with, see what we could go ahead and do. And then, we just put it together. And then just shot the video and shit. It came out it was supposed to be green screen, but some other Shaq type shit. So that's the video we ended up putting out. But like, I still like the song, and I'm proud of like the song and shit. Still like overall, like I feel like it's a cool song. Just waiting for that to keep catching. Yeah. But that's why we just still building content, doing more and more and shooting. Like got my videographer. We've been shooting since we landed. Then we shooting videos. Then he coming back with me back to LA. We shooting more videos back in LA. So it's just like this trip. It's just all about building content, trying to network. You know what I mean? Just kind of keep building that base.
Absolutely, man. And you're working on 2 projects right now?
Yeah, 2. So I don't. One of them is like I'll talk about it later, but just stay tuned. Just remember this. But the other one, I taste test a lot. Like I don't really have an actual project out. I just put out singles. So it's like, and I've just been kind of watching and checking my numbers. Some do great, some do terrible. You know what I mean? So it's like, it just is, but I know this and I'm peeping my analytics and everything. So it's like, and I'm like learning my core demographic and my fan base right now. So it's like now based off like all the research and numbers and stuff, it's like, I'm gonna try to go ahead and like put out the best project that I still wanna make, but still take into account like those numbers and cause like at the end of the day, I'm not buying my music and I'm not streaming my music like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta support the people that's feeding me. So it's like, if this is what they want, then we could try some shit, see what happens. If not, you win some, you lose some. Then we go back to the drawing board, put out another project. You know what I mean? Every time you step up the bat, you don't hit a home run. Otherwise, you don't go to bat that much. So it's like.
Real shit. Do you have a title picked out?
Nah, I'm the worst. We was going over that. We had a studio session last night till like 4 a.m. Actually, I've had no sleep since I've landed. Actually, and I do titles the day before turn in. And my one thing about titles is I don't like the lame, like lazy titles. Like if you don't know a title of a song, you listen to the hook and they be like Big Booty Bitches, and then the song's called Big Booty Bitches. It's like that shit lazy to me. So I try to like name my songs like some type of pun based off either the artwork that I'm going to put out or a pun based off of like a line somewhere in the song that's kind of like catchy. And I take that still too from like rock groups and shit. Cause like rock songs have the crazy titles of the song we call like Yellow Poodle. You know what I mean? And it's a song about all types of crazy shit. So it's just like, I like that kind of.
Yeah. You been working with any features or you kind of just been doing music by yourself?
Shout out Young Simi. I had a feature with Young Simi. My brother too, Fat Boy Sean, shout out my boy. We got some features. Outside of that, I don't really have too many like, yeah, we ain't did that yet. We talking about the tape. We doing like a collab tape, but like with all the artists that like he managed. But right now it's just like not really too big on features. You know what I mean? It's like I'm not against them or nothing, but it's just like I don't think I hit nobody radar to the point where they ready yet. You know what I mean? But I'm coming, niggas. So be prepared, niggas, cause I'm coming. Yeah. But it's like but.
You got your own podcast that you're working on?
Yeah, a podcast and an anime actually. Like,
oh, yeah?
The anime hard. I've been writing it myself, but it's funny because it's like I'm not a screenwriter, so like the shit is written like real ghetto, but it still flows. So it's like, so I've been having this guy in New York like turn my like thoughts and like my farts out of it and make it actually like some real shit. And it's like it's coming along cool, but like it's like a dope anime. It's like it's some cool shit. It's some shit for the culture too, because it's like it's gonna be like Boondock style where like they can say nigga, but then they don't say other words. Like I like that type of shit because like I have the ability to do it. So it's like I wanna it's cool. So I wanna be able to flex and like do little shit like that. But it's still like a really cool like anime. And then like I got some people back home, like some real serious animators, designers, and drawers that like really help me. Like I have a small team, but like a real strong team. So like the wheel always moving. Sometimes it's not as fast as I want to, you know what I mean? But that just is what it is.
Yeah, I feel that. And you got the clothing line, right?
Yeah, that's all part by LLC and everything. So like the animated podcast, everything, like that's just all part of my brand. You need multiple streams of income. You know what I mean? It's like you just can't. Like I tell people, like I'm doing good, but I don't make shit off rap. You know what I mean? So it's like, but that's not what I'm in it for. You know what I mean? It's like I just do it because I really like it and I enjoy it now. So it's like that's basically what my grind is for it.
Yeah, I feel that. What else you working on? What else coming up for you?
The videos, the animation video shit is cool. And then I want shit to open back up to see how shit really gonna be. Like not for like little shows and stuff, but like it'd be cool to do like a Rolling Loud or something. Like we ain't had no big festivals or nothing really. You know what I mean? So it's like just some cool shit. Just cause it's been like I'm not complaining. I've been cool. So a whole quarantine, I've just been sipping, smoking, just like mind my business, like just doing whatever the hell I want. But it's like it'd be nice to go, you know, just do a festival, see some people, see if they could catch my big ass when I try to stage dive. Like I want to go do some wild shit. You know what I mean? And it's like we just don't really have that opportunity yet. So that's like what I'm really hoping for next as far as working on. But I'm always shooting content. I'm always in the studio and stuff, always working. So it's like, you know, just trying to make the best use of my time like, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feel that. All right. Any last words? Any shout outs before we wrap it up?
Shout out all my peoples, Lola Money, free my boy Grant Santana. He come home in August and it's over for the rest of y'all. Outside of that, man, like smoke is only in this bitch. Majin.
Who say I ain't poppin', Super Saiyan, going matcha, proper ceiling, whip a brick and let's get active. Treat a nine like my ain't. I pull up, nigga.